moved. We're going to educate children in their states where they can get a proper education. The numbers are horrible the way it is, and we're going to make a move that's very big. I don't think it's even risky a little bit. I think it's going to be amazing. It should have been done years ago. They've been talking about doing it for many years, but nobody ever got it off. But we did. And there was great excitement and great acceptance of it by almost everybody, including a lot of Democrats, actually. I do want to say that I've decided that the SBA, the Small Business Administration, headed by Kelly Loeffler, is a terrific person, will handle all of the student loan portfolio. We have a portfolio that's very large, lots of loans, tens of thousands of loans, pretty complicated deal. And that's coming out of the Department of Education immediately, and it's going to be headed up by Kelly Loeffler at SBA, and they're all set for it. They're waiting for it, and it'll be serviced much better than it has in the past. It's been a mess. And also, Bobby Kennedy, the Health and Human Services, will be handling special needs and all of the nutrition programs and everything else. Rather complex, but that's going to be headed by and handled by Health and Human Services. So I think that'll work out very well. Those two elements will be taken out of the Department of Education. And then all we have to do is get the students to get guidance from the people that love them and cherish them, including their parents, by the way, who will be totally involved in their education, along with the boards and the governors and the states. And it's going to be a great situation. I guarantee that in a few years from now, I hope I'm going to be around to see it, but I think we're going to see a lot of it. I think that you're going to have tremendous results. You're going to have results like Norway, Sweden, Denmark, a lot of the countries that do so well. I think you're going to have a lot of those results. If you look at Iowa and Indiana and Idaho, so many places that run so well, Florida, Texas, big ones, you're going to have great education, much better than it is now at half the cost. And we're not even doing it as a cost item, although you will save probably half, maybe more than that. And you're not going to be at the bottom of the list. You're going to be much higher. And maybe you'll be, I will guarantee some of the states will be at the top of the list. They'll be comparable or better than these number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 the countries that are in the top 5 positions. So that's, to me, it's very exciting, and it's been received very well. So I just wanted to tell you about the student loans and special needs. But we're here for a reason today that is very exciting, and I'm thrilled to announce that at my direction, the United States Air Force is moving forward with the world's first 6th generation fighter jet, number 6, 6th generation. Nothing in the world comes even close to it, and it'll be known as the F-47. The generals picked a title, and it's a beautiful number, F-47. It's something the likes of which nobody has seen before in terms of all of the attributes of a fighter jet. There's never been anything even close to it, from speed to maneuverability to what it can have to payload. And this has been in the works for a long period of time. After a rigorous and thorough competition between some of America's top aerospace companies, the Air Force is going to be awarding the contract for the next generation air dominance platform to Boeing. As you know, it was highly competed for. There was a lot of competition, generals, and it's been going on for a long time. Very, very tough competition, but this plane is produced numbers that nobody's ever seen before. The F-47 will be the most advanced, most capable, most lethal aircraft ever built. An experimental version of the plane has secretly been flying for almost 5 years, and we're confident that it massively overpowers the capabilities of any other nation. There's no other nation. We know every other plane. I've seen every one of them, and it's not even close. This is a next level. You know, level 5 is good. This is level 6, they say. The F-47 is equipped with state-of-the-art stealth technology. It's virtually unseeable and unprecedented power. It's got the most power of any jet of its kind ever made. Maneuverability likewise is there's never been anything like it, despite the power and speed. Its speed is top. So over 2, which is something that you don't hear very often. America's enemies will never see it coming. Hopefully we won't have to use it for that purpose, but you have to have it. And if it ever happens, they won't know what the hell hit them. A new fleet of these magnificent planes will be built in the air during my administration over the next couple of years. It's ready to go. They've already built much of what has to be built in terms of production, including the sheds. We'll ensure that the USA continues to dominate the skies. We've given an order for a lot. We can't tell you the price because it would give way to some of the technology and some of the size of the plane, good sized plane. This contract also represents a historic investment in our defense industrial base, helping to keep America at the cutting edge of aerospace and technology.
I gave the American people this technology, Mr. Trump. Please do not sell it to another country, allies or not. This is our baby. This is not something to sell to other countries, sir. If you can do that, we'll continue to feed America with the most advanced technology and butt-kicking machines, but not if you're going to sell it to other countries. I cannot help them. This is for America, sir. And you are right. They will never see it coming.
Our allies are calling constantly. They want to buy them also, and certain allies will be selling them, perhaps toned down versions. We like to tone them down about 10%, which probably makes sense because someday maybe they're not our allies, right? But I would like to ask Secretary Hegseth, who's doing a fantastic job. He's really been very inspiring in so many ways.
And sir, this is our problem. We should not be giving anybody this technology. Their technology that they have is fine because there is no one that can succumb to this technology. We've already given these people F-35s, Warthogs, many numerous planes, sir. And we end up having to go to war with these people, and we're fighting our own weaponry. And it's being used against us, sir. So I would say nay on selling this technology or any of these planes to our allies. We've supplied them with enough capabilities to already conquer anybody that would come up against these people. I think it would be a bad call, sir, to give them any technology, whether it be 10% drop, 20%, watered down, whatever it is, sir. Because as you just said yourself, Mr. President, you're a smart man, and you know one day they might not be our allies. And then we would have to go to war with technology that, well, is far superior than anyone else's that they have right now. So I agree with you, sir. But I mean, I don't think we should be selling this technologies to our allies. Not when they already owe us quadrillions of dollars for equipment we've already supplied them. I would think about it, sir, and I would talk to the generals and ask the generals, is this technology we should be giving to our allies? And I guarantee you all them generals will probably say, no. We've given enough to our allies. They have capabilities to fight off any wars. Why are we creating this stuff to protect our country, but yet they're selling it to these other countries? That is our biggest problem. And our biggest problem also, sir, is our weaponry is coming up in hands of people on the street. Thus far, it's killing our police and killing our citizens. And we might have to put a cap on this technology and say, that's it. This is it. The F 47 is the last thing you are getting from us scientists and us people that designed everything. This is it. That's it. The rest of the stuff we're putting on the shelf and will only be used for the American citizens to defend themselves. We are fighting ourselves, Mr. Trump, President Trump. If we continue to sell our technology, it's no wonder these other countries are advanced more than us. Why? Because they have tore apart our machinery and put their little tweaks and twats on them. And now this is why we should not be selling our technology to any other countries. Good morning, Miss Fox. It's good to have you back again. But then again, you could say, I'm not back, like the Twister movie, when they say, yo, it's Bill, you're back. And Bill says, I'm not back. I'm not back. I'm just here to get the divorce papers signed. If that's why you're here, I'll sign the divorce papers, Miss Fox. Just joking. But Mr. President Trump, I don't think we should be selling this technology, sir. Not even 20% watered down. We've already given these people many, many planes and weaponry and technology, sir. We're biting ourselves in the butt by doing this. We'll defend them, our allies. We will defend them. We'll do a lot. But the F-47, no. You're double talking. You're saying we're giving too much to countries. We're spending too much here. We're doing this, doing that. And you're giving our brand new jet we just produced. Thank God they didn't get the F-86. I want you guys to lock that up and keep that baby locked up big time. Don't let no one see it. We'll give you the F-47. You're not getting the F-86, sir. I'm sorry. Remember, you just started talking about, well, we're going to give this technology watered down 10% to our allies. No, because our allies will tear it down and then they'll be using our technology to fight us. I can't do it no more, Mr. Trump. You're not getting the F-87 or 86 or even the F-88. They're not getting none of this stuff. I'm sorry, sir. Like I said, we'll give you the F-47. No, it's not even our best of the best, but you can let people know that. It is very quiet and very stealthy. And yeah, if you looked up in the sky, you can't see it. This is true. They won't know what hit them. This is true. But they're not getting the F-86 or the 87 or the 88. I'm sorry. Now, let's go ahead and listen to more Mr. Trump. Let me pay attention to Miss Debbie Fox and see what she's saying. I was fixing an electric goat fence next door. Guess who tested it? That would explain why you've been acting crazy for the past couple days, Miss Fox. I don't know why you had to be the one to test the electrical fence with your tongue. You should have just put a stick on it or something, but I don't know. But everyone has their own kicks, and that's ours. You should get a medal for being the one that went and tested it. But let's continue with this video.
And I must say that before he speaks, we have had record people wanting to join our military in the last 2.5 months, literally since this, I think probably since the election, November 5th, but especially since we came to office. And And since I announced Pete, he's young, he's smart, he's strong, he loves it, and they love him. But we've had record numbers of people wanting to join our military. Now, if you go back 6 months, it was the exact opposite. You had record numbers of people not.
Mr. Trump, sir, you're not using your head. There's a reason these people want to join the military, sir. Because they were sent here to infiltrate our country. God almighty, do I have to do everything in this country? Do you understand, sir? There is no record amount of people wanting to join the military anymore, sir. The people that are wanting to join the military have just come over here. They were sent here to infiltrate. How do you infiltrate a country? You get within the war zone. You get within the mechanics, Mr. Trump. And I would say no, nay. We'll use them somewhere else, but we are not bringing these people in that just came here deliberately on a mission to invade our country and get resources. We're back in the 40s, sir, with Hitler, espionage, spies. They're going to tell you anything they want. Oh, we love America. We come here. We want to join the military. Oh, no, we never know. Do not about that. And it's a lie, sir. If you want me to open the books on the military, the problems we're having with race right now and gangs and madness within our own military is shocking. The murders, the madness within our military is unbelievable. I don't know. Let's continue. Miss Fox says, I was like, F it. It works. Oh, little lady. You should have knew it worked. You could have tested it on something other than yourself. She said, I think it shocked me back to normal. We can only hope. I highly doubt it. But we can only hope that you're back to normal. I miss our normal Debbie. What a firecracker she was. What a sex machine goddess. Beautiful, so sweet, so kind, protective. I just wanted to be in her bosom 24/7, but I couldn't do that. I wanted to, but I couldn't. But let's continue with this video. We are so glad you're back. We hope you've been shocked back to normal, and it's possible that shock therapy works. And I'll let you know each day when you get out of hand, Miss Fox, I think you should go lick the electrical fence again. And that'll put you right back where you gotta be. We love you here. We love you on this, Jen. Hopefully you can apologize and we can get back to normal. My apologies to you, Miss Fox. I'll tell you, I just wanted to be wrapped up in her. I just wanted her to put me in her little pocket and carry me around everywhere, but it can't happen. Not yet. Not until we go ahead and we're almost done with the shrinking ray gun. Well, actually, it's not a gun. It's just a room. You stand in the room and it shrinks you down. We're working on that. And then you would have been able to carry me around in your little pocket. But right now, you can't. No, I was apologizing to the world. Now let's get back to this video. No, I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't have no reason to apologize. But let's get back to this video. I was saying you had to apologize, but don't
not
worry.
wanting to join the military. Now you have record numbers of people wanting to be in our military. And that's a great honor. That shows you we're really on the right track. So Pete, maybe you say a few words.
Sure. Well, Mr. President, this is a big day. This is a big day for our warfighters. This is a big day for our country, a big day in the world. The name of this program is the Next Generation of Air Dominance. And Mr. President, because of your leadership, your clarity, America is going to have generations in the future of air dominance because of this.
Good God Almighty, we already have air dominance. What are these people being? Listen, Pentagon, Congress, Senate. We gave them the F-47. They are not, repeat, they are not getting the F-86, 87, or 88. There ain't no way in God's creation they are not getting their hands on it. Now, these planes, these 3 planes are locked away in a very safe place. It cost us a lot of money, and we're not going to give them our technology. Now, I'm going to let you know, we already own this guys. I don't know who this guy is. I don't want to know who this guy is, because to me, it's just a bunch of crap. We are the biggest and baddest thing around. We didn't even need the F-47. And you surely ain't going to need the F-86, 87, and 88. We will use them when it's Armageddon. Till then, no. I'm sorry. And you're already saying you're going to give this technology to our allies, which we've done that before, and our allies turned on us and shot down our own planes with our planes that we gave them. No, this ain't working out. Let's go back to the drawing board, Mr. President. Let's go back to the drawing board, because I know my generals would not say, we're going to give this plane to this country. We're going to go. I know my generals ain't saying that. I know exactly what my generals are saying. They ain't getting none of this. Are you crazy? We're already getting going. No. We're already getting attacked with our own weapons after these allies decide they don't want to be our allies no more. Oh no, we're not going through this again. No, Miss Debbie Fox said, did you just apologize? No, it wasn't me. I had nothing to apologize about. Okay, then no apology. I'm sorry. You just go lick that fence. You're not there yet. You are not there yet, Miss Fox. I know you've said you were shocked back to normal, but not giving me an apology is not normal. I wouldn't say go lick that fence one more time. Come back and take a photo. I want to see your hair standing up from the electrical shock. Then come back, apologize, and we can get on with it. And you know what? I'll be the bigger person and apologize for nothing I did wrong. So I apologize, but that's about it. And I can't do no more. Lick a fence, come back, and we'll see if you're okay then. And please take a photo of your hair standing straight up, like in the movies. Well, let's get back to this. I got so much to do in this country. I can't do this by myself. I will apologize for nothing I did. And I did nothing, so there's no apology here. Now let's get back to this video. I can't deal with these people, Mr. Trump. They're just, this woman is on a rampage. I can't deal with this.
Sixth
You deal.
generation fighter. We've had the F-15, we have had the F-16, the F-18, the F-22, the F-35. Now we have the F-47, which sends a very direct, clear message to our allies that we're not going anywhere, and to our enemies that we will be able to project power around the globe unimpeded for generations to come. Mr. President, this is a gift to my kids and your kids, to my grandkids and your grandkids. This is a historic investment in the American military, in the American industrial base, in American industry that will help revive the warrior ethos inside our military, which we're doing, rebuild our military, which the previous administration did not do, by the way, Mr. President. They paused this program and were prepared to potentially scrap it. We know this is cheaper, longer range, and more stealthy. President Trump said we're reviving it and we're doing it. And then we are also going to reestablish deterrence. Under the previous administration, we looked like fools.
You are fools for even talking about giving this technology that was a gift to you idiots. You are big fools for even opening your mouths about it, because the whole world didn't even know about it. But now you're running your big mouths about the American people's technology. They're not getting the 86. 88, 87. We're not even going to give them the F-50. They ain't getting no more. This is it. Enjoy it while you can, folks. Let me see what my chat is saying. I am sorry for being so great. I wish you were great. If you were great, you would have already been here. Changed my whole world, but you're not. You're there. You're licking fence, electric fence, which I think you should go and lick one more time just to see if we can get it right. Just one more time and photograph it though, because I want to see your hair stand straight up in the sky. Let me see what my mod is saying. I am sorry, but we should not be apologizing. Your troll should. Well, she's right about that. She's right. The troll started it. But what she's not right about is she got mad at me because I was trying to do a video. And she, you know, she told me, the creator of this channel, the powerhouse behind everything. F you, Johnny. I'm out of here. That's what she said to me last night. In my live. I went back and I looked. I checked it out. F you, Johnny. I'm out of here. And she left. Well, like I said, I don't think you're there yet, Miss Fox. Lick that fence, that electrical fence, one more time, please. But I took care of him. I flushed that dude. Flushed him, thank God, like a turd. That was old Bendejo and the other guys that are trolls in the chat. One was probably Bendover, Buck Keys. Maybe the other one was Ernie Shell. Could have been Griff, the great Swami of all Swamis, who claimed he was a Mason, but we've been calling. They're like, we have no idea who the Masons are. I just called you. You guys are the Mason Club. We have no idea who you are or what the Masons are. Exactly. Let's continue with this video.
Not anymore. President Trump has reestablished American leadership. The F-47 is part of it. And Mr. President, thank you for having the courage to do it and leading the way for all our warfighters.
Thank you very much, Pete. One of the
Can someone tell me who this guy is that's opening his mouth and talking? Can somebody tell me who he is and what he does? Hello, Aries. How you doing? I don't know who he is, but I ain't buying the line of crap. You're fired. Next. Let's continue with the video.
things I will say, but the generals are going to speak in just a couple of seconds. But this plane flies with drones. It flies with many, many drones, as many as you want. And it's a technology that's new, but it doesn't fly by itself. It flies with many drones, as many as we want. And that's something that no other plane can do. So I'd like to introduce, if I might, Air Force Chief of Staff, General David Alvin, and also General Dale White, two incredible people that I've known over the years, but I got to know really well over the last few months. And would you say a few words, please, General?
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Mr. President, Mr. Secretary, thank you so much for your unwavering commitment to our military. I will say this is a big day. This is a big day for our United States Air Force as well. You know, air dominance is not a birthright, but it's become synonymous with American air power. But air dominance needs to be earned every single day. And since the earliest days of aerial warfare, brave American airmen have jumped into their machines, taken to the air, and they've cleared the skies. And whether that be clearing the skies so we can rain down destruction on our enemies from above, or we can clear the path to the ground forces below. That's been our commitment to the fight, and that's really been our promise to America. And with this F-47 as the crown jewel in the next generation air dominance family of systems, we're going to be able to keep that promise well into the future. I also want to thank everyone from industry and within government, our engineers who have worked tirelessly on this program to bring it where we are right now today. This shows that American talent, American skill, and American determination are second to none, because this platform is second to none. So we believe that this provides more lethality. It provides more capability, more modernized capability in a way that is built to adapt. This, along with our collaborative combat aircraft the president talked about with drones, this is allowing us to look into the future and unlock the magic that is human-machine teaming. And as we do,
It's not magic, it's science. Good God Almighty. Does anybody know about war? Is there anybody out there? These guys just run their mouths. This whole thing could have been kept secret and the whole world would have been, what in the F was that just hit us? I don't know. It wasn't mine. Alien, maybe. You know, I'm really tired of this crap. I really am. That's it. They're cut off. No more technology, boys. I'm really sorry. They just can't keep their mouth shut.
do that, we're going to write the next generation of modern aerial warfare with this. This enables us to do this. The manner in which we put this program together puts more control in the hands of the government, so we can update and adapt at the speed of relevance, at the speed of technology, not at the speed of bureaucracy. This is more Air Force. This is more options for the president. We say as our mission in the United States Air Force is to fly, fight, and win air power anytime, anywhere. If you want to go anywhere, you have to have a platform that gets you anywhere. This provides the president options from the very one end, which is a quick response, and then we can get right back into fighting stance without.
I don't know who these guys are, but if I wanted to dominate this world, I would do it from my satellite. A little green light would pop on into every little town. I'm tired of this madness. I really am with these people. They're done. We're cutting them off of technology and everything. Good God Almighty. They just couldn't shut their mouths. They just couldn't. We had them all. They just couldn't shut their mouths. They just couldn't shut their mouths. They had to be, this is the new. That's why you are not getting anything over the 50s. Anything F-50 and above, you're ixnayed on. And you're also ixnayed on technology. You no longer have clearance. You no longer have clearance. Good God Almighty. Yes, as in the days of Noah, lightning bolts came down. Aries, I don't know if you know, Miss Debbie Fox hooked up an electric fence today and tested it herself. She claims that she is back to her old self. I've not seen any proof of this yet. She refuses to apologize for getting mad at me, the only man that probably loved her so much I wanted to be inside of her bosom every second of the day. Just wanted to be her little bosom that she carried around in her hand, and hello down here, right in her front pocket, right anywhere. I just wanted to be her everything. But then it all went sour over a troll, and I got the blame. I got the blame for it. And the troll came back in and said, ha ha ha, I just wrecked your relationships with Miss Debbie Fox. And I laughed back at him and I said, ha ha ha, I never slept with her. If I did, then she probably would have had full control and I'd probably be crying right now like a baby. But I didn't. So therefore, they don't have as much power as if they would have slept with some of you guys on YouTube. These women ran all up and down you. They gave you some of the nookie and they controlled you. Well, this man's got no nookie and he's on a mission. Now you folks, let's watch the rest of this. Miss Fox, she did, that's what she said. She licked the fence. It shocked her back to normal. She said, I'm back, Johnny. I'm normal again. I said, that's great, Miss Fox. We missed you here. We love you. can you at least apologize for getting upset at me? And she said, no apology. And I said, I don't think it's worked. I think we need one more shot. Maybe it'll kick it right back in. Let me see what she said. No, he didn't. I let him think he won. Idiot. He didn't know women very well because I snaggled him right at the end of your live last night. Well, I wanted to get to know you. I wanted to get to know you real good, if you know what I mean. But that's never happened. I wish it did, because you probably would have been queen of the queens and probably would have ran this channel, probably been in charge of technology. I would have been like, I'm going to give you this plane, but you're not going to talk about it. You're not going to give it to no one. You're not even going to say a peep's mouse word. And we're going to dominate the sky, and no one's even going to know what it is. It's an alien ship. We don't know. And they just couldn't do that. They just can't keep their mouth shut. I don't know. Let's get back to this video.
Having to deploy troops that are going to take maybe months and cost more lives, we can be back in fighting stance and maybe we restore that deterrence all the way to decisive victory as part of a joint force that is most lethal and capable military ever known in history. That's what we provide now, and this allows us to provide it into the future. It's more deterrence, more capability. It's what peace through strength looks like into the future, Mr. President. And so we're very proud to do that. And all we can say is, on behalf of the United States Air Force, let's deliver.
Thank you very much. Thank you, General. Would you like to say something?
No, sir, I'll just double check what the chief said.
He knows what to do.
Generational
He knows
leap.
who the boss is.
That's exactly right. Air superiority is what it's all about, and this is what we'll deliver.
That's great. Thank you very much. Great job. We've worked together long and hard on this, and this was a big secret. In fact, we don't show too much of the plane for that reason. You see what we show? You see how beautiful that is, but that's just a very small part of it.
Sure.
I wasn't surprised. I was wondering how much are you going to show when they came in with that? You see a wheel in the front? That's about it. Any questions?
Mr.
President
President,
Trump,
Peter?
is,
80,000 pages of documents is a lot to sift through.
Yeah.
Can you just tell us who killed Kennedy?
Well, I was given the task of releasing that because many presidents have gone through it and they haven't released. And I said, release. We even released Social Security numbers. I didn't want anything deleted. They said, sir, what about Social Security? People long gone, but they're long gone. So I can't imagine. But I said, if you don't delete it, if you do delete it, we have people are going to say, why did you delete it? There's something in there. So we gave Social Security, we gave everything. And the rest is for you to look at, Peter. You're going to see whether or not you see anything. But we've given it. We're doing it with Dr. Martin Luther King, too. They're preparing all of that. They're going to release everything. And whoever else they want. I mean, we have nothing. We really have nothing to hide. We shouldn't have. When a lot of time goes by. But with the Kennedy files in particular, they were going crazy on them. I don't think there's anything that's earth-shattering, but you'll have to make that determination. In those, it's 80,000. It's actually 88,000, and we have some additional things, as you know, come out today. And for that, you can go to the offices and you can see whatever you want to see. Everything is out there, totally open. The additional stuff is available later on today. You go over to the offices and you can have it immediately, and you'll make a determination.
And on something else, these Tren de Aragua guys, because of your executive order, they are designated as foreign terrorists.
Yeah.
If ISIS or Al-Qaeda foreign terrorists were operating here in the United States, cops would probably be shooting first and asking questions later. And so what is the difference between terrorists, between somebody like an ISIS or an Al-Qaeda operative versus a MS-13 or Tren de Aragua?
Well, these are people that focus on destroying people in their homes. They're not as international in that sense. They're a group of thugs. They come from Venezuela. They come from the prisons of Venezuela. They're very, very dangerous people, but they didn't look so dangerous when the guards took care of the situation from El Salvador. And I want to thank the president. He's a friend of mine. He's done a great job. But I just can't imagine that the Democrats are taking this issue where they want to have them back. So now they have men playing in women's sports. They have transgender for everyone. They have open borders. They have all of their crazy policies that are, I think, 95-5, not 90-10, okay? And their new policy is, let's bring Trinidad back into our country. Let's bring the worst. These are the worst gang members there are. They looked amazingly frail, though. By the way they were handled. It's very amazing. They weren't, when they were in Colorado cutting the fingers off a man because he made a phone call to the police, they seemed a lot tougher then than they did when they were having their head shaved and they were in shackles. They're tough people. They're bad people. We don't want them in our country. We can't let a judge say that he wants them. He didn't run for president. He didn't get much more than 80 million votes. And we just can't let that happen. It'd be so bad for our country. I won on the basis of getting criminals out of our country that were let in. It was called unforced error. They were let in by Biden, incompetently let in, and let in by the minions, actually. 21.
Yeah. They were let in, Mr. Trump, but the same people that were let in want to join our military now. Sir, I don't know who your advisors are. I have no idea. War generals. Well, they're not war generals, sir. They got mouths bigger than the Grand Canyon. For one, they should have kept their mouth shut about the F-47. It should have never been released to the public. And we would have had a field day. Not that we aren't already the most powerful airborne defense system in the world. Did we really need the F-47? Not really. I could have came up with a laser in my satellite and hit anybody from space. I can't do this no more. I mean, I really can't. This is just ridiculous. And I can't keep going back and forth with any of this because I can't give you technology anymore because you put it all over. Now they're all going to be looking. They're all going to see, they're going to. Oh my God Almighty. Lord, explain to them that these people are going to come up with technology now that will be able to see. Simple radar that they will be able to see. They just should have kept their mouth shut. I want to do one thing real quick to prove to you people that who you think runs this country and this channel don't. That's right. I just timed her out for 10 seconds. That's right. 10 seconds. Now who runs the power? Aries, do you want to speak again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Timed out. Yes, I wanted to show my power. Yes, you are beautiful. Yes, I was in love with you. I wanted to spend every waking moment with you in your bosom. Get your coffee, rub your feet. Bring you to a climax way more than any moonshine that Tim Smith can make with moonshiners. Don't ever forget the power that I gave you or who controls the power of the power. Don't throw up. Oh, you'll be spending more time in the clinic. Good God Almighty. Let's return to this. Don't you ever, woman. Ever. No, let's continue with this video. I'm
21
disgusted.
million people. I believe it's 21 million. And that's not even including the gotaways, but these are rough people. We want them out of our country. And I won the election based at least partly on that. And that's a big part, yeah?
Mr. President,
Mr. President,
I don't know if you saw this. Tim Walz is now saying about Trump supporters, and forgive me, I'm just reading a quote from Tim Walz, I think I could kick most of their ass.
Oh, boy, he'd be in trouble.
Is there any way to know?
Well, he's a loser, I mean, the guy's a loser. He lost an election. He played a part. Usually a vice president doesn't play a part, they say. I think Tim played a part. I think he was so bad that he hurt her. But she hurt herself, and Joe hurt them both. They didn't have a great group, but I would probably put him at the bottom of the group.
Have you heard that Biden wants to get back involved for
Mr.
Democratic
President.
politicians, fundraising and campaigning against your policies? What do
I
you
hope
think of that?
so. I hope so.
Mr. President, there are several
Is the US
families,
planning
Mr. President, there are
to
families
position-
from some of the
Who you
people,
would?
I'm with La Nación newspaper from Argentina. There are families from some of the people that were on those flights to El Salvador that claim that they're not criminals, they're not members of Tren de Aragua, of MS-13. What can you tell them, and what guarantees can you give them that everyone in those planes were actual criminals, terrorists, as you said?
Well, I was told that they went through a very strong vetting process, and that that will also be continuing in El Salvador. And if there's anything like that, we would certainly want to find out. But these were a bad group. This was a bad group, and they were in bad areas, and they were with a lot of other people that were absolutely killers, murderers, and people that were really bad with the worst records you've ever seen. And but we will continue that process. Absolutely. We don't want to make that kind of a mistake.
Is the US planning to
All right. Now, I agree with Mr. Trump on that, but before Nicaragua, before M13, before Little Lokins and all that, what were there, Mr. Trump, that the American people were screaming out that they were sick and tired of? Was our own American gangs, clubs, and secret society, sir. Hell, you should have hired them, the Nagugas, to come in and fight the battle that was already here in our country before Nicaragua 23, whoever the heck they are, came here. And it's funny how now people are making videos saying, well, the only reason these other clubs are coming out and everything against these Nicaraguas or whatever is because these people are taking business and money off of their table. This whole thing of, well, they're shooting up everything. Well, I'm sorry, but before Niagara 23 and all the rest of it, Mr. Trump, there was gangs and motorcycle MC clubs that were crazy and terrorists already in our country. Who's trying to call me at this time of the day? You know I got the answering machine on. I don't answer to no one. Let's get back to this video. Sorry, I'm back. I had to answer the phone. It was my mother. Now let's get back to this video. I can't run a country if you're going to keep bothering me, mother.
to give up the position of NATO's Supreme Allied Commander, and if so, why?
NATO is something that I saved. NATO was gone until I came along. In fact, the previous Secretary General, very good man. Both of them are good. The current man is fantastic. But both of them have said, if it wasn't for Trump, you wouldn't even have a NATO, because we were paying the cost of almost all of the countries. And now they're paying. I said, we're not going to do this. We're not going to continue. You heard us on trade. You do bad things on trade. And then on top of it, we're supposed to pay for your military. And because of what I did, hundreds of billions of dollars flowed into NATO by countries that just weren't paying. They were delinquent. They weren't paying their bills. So NATO is solid. They're strong, but they have to treat us fairly. They
Are
have
we going to
treat
give
us-
up the?
Because look, without us, NATO is not the
And we're
same
giving-
thing.
we're
And I
giving-
can tell you, I've been having very good discussions, as you know, with President Zelensky and with President Putin. And President Putin will tell you that without the United States, he wouldn't be worried. But he is worried when the United States is involved. And I have to tell you, I've dealt very well with both gentlemen, and we have, I think we have the confines of a deal. I hope we have the confines of a deal. I'm doing it for two reasons. Number one, and by far most importantly, thousands of young people, and they're not American people, they're Russian and they're Ukrainian, are being killed every week, thousands a week. And also the United States has paid, because of Biden, $350 billion on a war that should have never happened. If we had a competent president in this, sitting right here, that war would have never happened. It would have absolutely never happened with me. And it didn't happen. For 4 years, it didn't happen.
Mr. President, do you think you have the authority, the power to round up people, deport them, and then you're under no obligation to a court to show the evidence against them?
Well, that's what the law says, and that's what our country needs, because we were, unfortunately, they allowed millions of people to come into our country, totally unvetted, totally unchecked. So you ought to ask, did he have the authority to allow millions of people? Did Biden have the authority to do something that's unthinkable? Have open borders where millions of people poured into our country, totally unvetted and totally unchecked, just as you would say. And many of those people were criminals. Many of them were from jails and prisons and mental institutions and gang members and drug dealers and very dangerous people. Many were murderers. We have 11,088 that we know of murders they murdered. Of that number, at least half killed more than one person. They're in our country. They're in a location near you. Biden allowed that to happen to our country. And his people that really ran the country.
What town are these people in, Mr. Trump, around me? Right? What state around me is holding these murderers and madmen? Can you explain that to me, sir? I'm not really good. You know, Aries, have a great day. You're moving in? You moving in with Debbie, or is Debbie moving in? I'm not sure. I hope somebody has a good day today. I missed the, wait a minute, let me see what Aries is saying. I better read the chat before I say anything. I don't want to get blamed for anything or attacked again, voodoo or magic or anything. American government are bigger than gangsters. They're stupid, and they're going to be cut off of all their technology. If Delphi suspects can enlist into the military to avoid charges, so can anyone who stands on American soil. That's true. So, Mr. Trump, if we want to have these Vagawagas or Vago, whoever they are, in the United States military, they have the right to join, I guess. Right? Because you're having these people in America that we're already complaining about run into the military, and now they're protected. Or they become police and they're protected. So I agree with Aries. You might as well. It's just a shit show anyway, sir. I mean, I can't even put out technology without you people talking about it and giving it already, having plan. And you're going to get money. And then the first time an American soldier is shot down with our own planes, then we have all these people. I can't believe my son was shot down by one of our own planes that we sold to the. Yeah, that's why we're cutting everybody off. That'll be the last. And is it the best of the best of the best? No. No, it ain't. They can talk all the crap they want, but it ain't what the best of the best of the best of our aircraft is, and you'll never get it. Not after this charades.
And the person that operated the Autopen, I think we ought to find out who that was, because I guess that was the real president. So when you ask me if we have the authority, did Biden have the authority to allow millions of people to come into our country? Many of these people, hardened criminals at the top of the line who have caused tremendous damage in our country. You see them in New York City fighting with our police. I mean, literally having fist fights in the street with our police. These are tough, hard criminals. Many of them came out of jails, and not just South America, from all over the world. They came from Africa, from the Congo. They came out from Asia, not just South America, but many from South America. These are hard, tough criminals, and we have to get them out. And a judge sitting behind a bench someplace got a nice appointment. You can't take that away from the people that are responsible. Now, in this case, Marco Rubio has a lot of big decisions to make, and he's a fantastic person, a great man. I think he'll be our best. I think he has a chance to be our best Secretary of State. He's been doing incredibly. He works so hard. He's gone to so many different countries already, and he's got the authority to get bad people out of our country. And you can't stop that with a judge sitting behind a bench that has no idea what goes on, who happens to be a radical left lunatic.
Do you think the
Mr.
judiciary?
President, you guys today are denying this New York Times report that
Is it just me, or is this just getting worse and worse and worse? We got radical people in our country, from what our president of the United States is saying. The whole thing was a shit show and a two-headed beast. Well, actually a three-headed. Debbie, I forgot the name of that thing that was on Godzilla, the three-headed monster. Megalomon? I don't know. She knew what the name of it was. Cyclops or something like that. But this is just turning into a bunch of crap and madness. And you know what's the crazy thing is it very well be Mr. Trump's advisors around him are just giving him a line of crap. I don't know why. If I was the president, I would have said, nope, we're not even going to mention a word about this F-47 to anybody. No one. You wanted air dominance. We gave it to you, and now you just spilled it all over the world. Now they're going to be working on radar systems and all kinds of stuff to try and locate. It's just unbelievable. It is a living hell. We are battling ourselves. We are literally killing ourselves with this bullcrap. I just can't do it anymore.
Elon Musk was going to be shown a 20 to 30 page presentation about a theoretical war plan against China. Why not just show it to Elon?
Because I don't want to show it to anybody. You know, you're talking about
Miss Fox said that it's called a Hydra. That's what we're dealing with in America, a Hydra. The same monster that was on Godzilla. I don't know. Godzilla might have been warning us. He might have been. I don't know. But I don't understand why you want to release certain stuff, Mr. Trump. But yet you want to release this information. Now, if any of these people that are so-called our allies were actually just giving you a line of bullshit, and they're actually our enemies behind lines, they're making deals, cutting deals, and it's killing Americans. Why would you put that information out that we have a new warplane? We're becoming like other countries. They put out an aha, America, you look at our new plane. Well, thanks for showing it to us, because now we're dissecting it as we sit here, because every plane is pretty much the same technology, just a different little quirks and tweaks here and there. I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I can't believe this is under God. I just don't know what to say. I do want to thank my mod for looking up what the three-headed beast in Godzilla movies was called. It was called a Hydra.
potential war with China. Now, I deal with these people all the time, and I'm dealing with Pete, I'm dealing with these gentlemen on numerous different airplane purchases, and I think they're all going to be great. But I don't want other people anybody seeing potential war with China. We don't want to have a potential war with China, but I can tell you if we did, we're very well equipped to handle it. But I don't want to show that to anybody. But certainly you wouldn't show it to a businessman who is helping us so much.
I got a headache. You don't want to show any of that technology. You don't want to, but yet here you're showing the F-47 to the world. When I told them we don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. You want to control the skies? You want to be the so-called gods of the sky, then keep your mouth shut. We'll give you the technology and the plane. And I can't understand. I think he's possessed. I literally think they possessed Mr. Trump. Ms. Fox said Elon is not our president. He is just a weirdo. We're all boy. He's a good kid. He knows technology, not as good as some of the others, but he's good, right? And it really wasn't his technology. It's old technology. It's just Elon had the technology and the materials that we did not have when we had most of this stuff on the shelf. The materials to build what we needed to do Hypersonic 5 were not there yet. They are now. Okay? So keep your mouth shut. Hushy. Hush, hush. I don't know why they just don't. I don't know. I have no idea, but I can already feel this demonic thing trespassing on me.
He's a great patriot. He's paying a big price for helping us cut costs, and he's doing a great job. He's finding tremendous waste, fraud, and abuse. But I certainly wouldn't want, Elon has businesses in China, and he would be susceptible perhaps to that. But it was such a fake story. The New York Times is just as fake as CNN and MSDNC. And anybody read that story, people laughed at that story. Who would do such a thing? And the first thing I did is I called Susie and I called Pete. I said, is there any truth to that? And they said, it's ridiculous. No, he's over there to talk about costs. You might want to address that, Pete. But Elon was over there today to address costs. Doge, thing called Doge, which you've heard about. Pete?
That's exactly right, Mr. President. You pointed out it was a fake story. We pointed out it was meant to sort of undermine whatever relationship the Pentagon has with Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a patriot. Elon Musk is an innovator. Elon Musk provides a lot of capabilities our government and our military rely on, and I'm grateful for that. We welcomed him today to the Pentagon to talk about Doge, to talk about efficiencies, to talk about innovations. It was a great informal conversation. The rest of that reporting was fake. There was no war plans. There was no Chinese war plans. There was no secret plans. That's not what we were doing at the Pentagon.
I might add that I think Elon, if they ever wanted to do that, I think Elon wouldn't do it. I think he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't want to put himself in that position. But if you read what's out of the New York Times, it's such a dishonest newspaper. It's such garbage. It's, it used to be called all the news that's fit to print. Well, it's all the news that's not fit to print. They have fake sources or they don't have sources. I think they make most of it up. But this was a made-up story by the New York Times. I call it the failing. It's a failing newspaper. It's failing. And they shouldn't do that. They really are the enemy of the people.
And something else.
We do need honest journalism in this. We've made such big strides over the last 2 months, but we just need honest journalism, and we don't have it. When you have a CNN, you have to watch these people every once in a while just to see where they're coming from, and it's so dishonest. MSNBC is, I think, probably worse, and they're both doing horribly in the ratings. I think they're going to be turned off. I don't think they're not doing any ratings. You're doing well in the ratings.
Thank you.
President,
I understand that you're a trade rep. is meeting their Chinese counterpart next week.
Yes.
Is there anything that they can do to stop April 2nd or to roll back the tariffs that you put on China already?
Well, we can talk, but basically, I call April 2nd. I would have made it April 1st, but I didn't want to be April Fool's Day because then nobody would believe what I said. And they do believe me. April 2nd is going to be Liberation Day for America. We've been ripped off by every country in the world, friend and foe. We've been ripped off on trade. We've been ripped off on military. We protect people and they don't do anything for us. It's just so unfair for years and years. And now
You know who else has been ripped off, Mr. Trump? The American people have been ripped off. Used as toys for people to practice their witchery, sorcery, and experiment with drugs and madness. Oh, good God.
some of that money is going to be coming back to us in the form of tariffs. I mean, tens of billions. It's going to be numbers like nobody's ever seen. So NVIDIA announced today, you saw that, hundreds of billions of dollars of investment. The biggest chip maker in the world announced hundreds of billions of dollars of investment, hundreds of billions, not millions, but billions. They're all coming here. Apple just announced $500 billion worth. They're going to build plants here. You know, they built their plants in China. They're going to build them here. And they're starting immediately. We have investment, the likes of which this country has never seen, already announced. And they all want to have news conferences. I don't have enough time to have that many news conferences, but I would say so far at least $4 trillion. $4 trillion is coming in.
I can do this all day. No, you ran on it was China, 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 Russia, Russia, Russia. And now you're telling me once you're in office, sir, that now these people that everyone blamed for many pandemics, bios, whatever, buying up all the land in America, now all of a sudden we're going to be producing their planes for them. Does someone figure out the madness that these idiots, are they that possessed by the devil or cursed or spelled that they don't see, that the American people don't see what is going on? Unreal.
Car companies, very importantly, a lot of the car companies that were going to build in Mexico or Canada are now building here, because I don't want cars from Canada. I don't want cars from Mexico. They want to do it, it's fine, but I want the car companies to build here, not, you know, they were building in Mexico 3 plants, big plants, really big plants, and they were going to sell the cars right across the border. We wouldn't have the jobs, we wouldn't have the profits, we wouldn't get the taxes, we get nothing. All we get is unemployment and empty factories. Those days are over. So now those 3 places are going to build here, but many more than that. We have a big one. Honda is building, just announced a really big plant in Indiana, great state, smart place to build. And we have many car companies coming here. The steel mills.
Am I hearing this bullcrap right? Did he just say Indiana, great state? Where the hell have these people been? There's been a war in Indiana. Well, I don't understand they're nuts. They've lost their mind. Let the Pentagon know. Shut everything down. Don't give them no more crap. These people have lost their cotton picking mind. Indiana is not a great state. There's many people dying. They're not going to stop dying. They're dying because it's a crappy state. It's corrupt. I don't understand what these people are doing. Let them know they're possessed. They're literally puppets for some demonic demon, and it ain't me. I don't know what they're talking about. It's all over the news here. It's all over the place. It's all over social media. They're dang holy cults, churches. We're dealing with another Jonestown guy running a church out here. They never left, Trump. Do you understand? Do you know that whole Jonestown thing? They never lied. They never left. I don't even want to bring up the Charlie Manson shit. What state or country do these people? They're effing nuts.
Are going to be booming, And many other things, many other things come with that. But we need that for defense. There are certain things you have to have. You have to have steel. We would have had, if I didn't do in my first term, tariffs to stop the onslaught because they were dumping steel in order to destroy our steel plants. If I didn't do 50% and even 100% in certain cases tariffs on steel, you wouldn't have a steel plant in the United States. And Biden was unable to get rid of those tariffs because they threw off so much money that his numbers, which didn't work anyway, because his numbers were terrible. What he did, the way he spent money was so horrible, and what he allowed to happen to energy. That's the other thing. Energy is going to be like it's never been before. Mr. Vice President is here. Do you have anything to say while you're here? He's a very good Vice President.
I'm just here to watch the show.
I'm just going to say this, and then I'm done. I can't watch no more of this. It's getting me too upset. It's just these people, I'm getting rid of them. That's it. They're fired. Fired. Let me tell you something about real military. They keep their mouth shut. Let me tell you about something. When we built the F-50 or the P-51, we kept our mouth shut. We didn't broadcast it. We got our new military plane we kept our mouth shut. And when the only time we spoke was when they caught our plane on film, wiping out other planes. Then we had to explain ourselves of what it was. But we didn't release that information to the world. We kept it secret because that was our secret defense against these people. They didn't know what it was. What is that thing? It's unbelievable. We have no idea where it came from. It's just the plane was dropped out of the sky. It's not ours. Them ain't our planes. Yeah, that's what we told them many, many, many years ago. We kept our mouth shut. I just can't do this no more. I really can't. Nobody is buying cars, Trump. Why? Because we're poor. In the programs we're on, we're not allowed to have more than one car, supposedly, from what they tell us. The people that you put in place are the ones that are behind your back telling people, you can't have that. You can't buy that. You have a disability. You're not allowed to have that, or we'll have to penalize you and take money from you. You can't have money in the bank. We'll take it. You'll be penalized. We're done with this. We're pretty much done with it. What's possessing them? I have no idea. What is it? Spirit, demonic curse, whatever. Maybe, possibly. Maybe just someone's got their hands in his pockets or something. Who knows? I don't know. I can't watch this no more. You folks have a great day. We love you, Mr. President Trump, just like we love every president. And the American citizens never find out anything until it's too late. And as we speak, they're starting to use their magic and witchery and sorcery and attacking us again. I don't know. Maybe it's something I'm doing wrong. Maybe I'll need to fix myself and redo, revamp, overcome, and adapt on my channel. You folks have a great day. God bless. And I got to come back with something more peaceful because I can't watch this stuff anymore. Somehow this thing keeps getting into me. I want it out of here. I don't want nothing to do with it. I just need to make changes myself. You folks have a great day. Thanks for everyone for stopping in. God bless. Have a great day. Thanks, Debbie Fox, for stopping in. You folks have a great day.